Hello and welcome to episode 41 of I Will Cast Anything. We're here on Condemned Ridge for a TVT. The red Terran player spawning in the bottom left hand position is PANsatyrLedr, and the blue Terran player spawning in the bottom right hand position is VDUBZ. PANsatyrLedr sent me this replay over on reddit.com cast it subreddit. He is in the Bronze League in the US region, and his opponent VDUBZ is in the Silver League in the US region. Now, I actually recorded this game already, but I messed up by plugging in my microphone after I launched Fraps, which of course meant that nothing was recorded by my microphone. So what I'm going to do is something that I would not normally do, which is I'm going to fast forward through some parts of this game because it is pretty long, and there's some pretty lengthy periods of inactivity in it, but it does get awesome. So stick with me. We're going to turn up the juice here to 4 times speed, and we're just going to watch what happens here. See, an early scout comes across. Meow. This is pretty funny in and of itself, actually. Watching buildings build themselves at super high speed. And what you're going to see is VDUBZ throw down a bunker here and fill it with marines, and a supply depot there, and eventually a bunker here, and fill it with marines, and players spawning in pretty close positions by air here, so you would expect drop play to come into play. You can see over here that PANsatYr is building up a big marine force early on. VDUBZ is getting stim. Pan is taking his expansion, getting his third up and going, ready to float down. VDUBZ not taking his expansion, just walling up and building missile turrets. Now this is going to become a pattern. Missile turrets. Trust me, that you will probably never see a game that involves as many missile turrets as this game in your whole Starcraft in life. It's pretty wacky. PANsatYr takes his third, keeps making marines, got a bit of a barracks wall going here, mining away, got his starport, does the swap here, get some medvacs out, walk that barracks down, getting some tanks as well, getting some upgrades, combat shields, stim, you know the deal. And VDUBZ gets some siege tanks, finally gets his second, and you will see turtling hardcore here, and look at all these missile turrets going up. This is just the beginning of VDUBZ missile turret production. This is just getting started. This is nothing compared to the missile turrets he has later on. But yeah, I think he must have one SCV running around building missile turrets for pretty much this entire game. Oh, that's the problem with going at faster speed. Faster times 4 speed even, is that things take ages, and you can see VDUBZ continuing to turtle. Another bunker going up here, siege tanks just sitting. Oh, we're going to slow down to regular faster speed, because Pan has actually moved out onto the map at this point in the game. He has 51 marines already, and you can see massive SCV lead that he has, huge income lead that he has, going up to 3 bases before his opponent was even on 2. Many more SCVs. And not wasting money on missile turrets. Look at how many there are already. It's pretty crazy. Also going into serious factory production is VDUBZ. So got some early bio upgrades, but now going into factories. And also going into defending. I'm actually going to speed up again because I don't think anything happens for a little while yet. Nope, nothing does. You can see that all these little scan spots have gone down. This is actually VDUBZ scanning around the map. He got pretty obsessed with scanning. Also researches strike cannons, which I don't think he ever uses. It's weird re-recording a game that I've recorded so recently, so you can probably tell why I don't like doing it. It's a bit strange having all this foreknowledge. PANsatYr heads home after having built all those things. PANsatYr also builds some missile turrets, but nothing compared to the number of missile turrets that his opponent has. More missile turrets going up all the time. Turrets and turrets and turrets. Whoops. Oh, frame rate. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you, computer. There we go. Now, an even bigger army here. We got 6 medvacs, we got I don't even know how many Marines. 92 Marines. That is a lot of Marines. 92 Marines. 5 Vikings. 6 medvacs. Pan, just about to hit the 20-minute mark. Nearly maxed out. Pretty good work. But look at this turtle that VDUBZ has going on. He's got missile turrets for days. Just every 20 yards around his base has some missile turrets. And has solid numbers of siege tanks up at the front of his base, ready to kill anything that tries to comes his way. And VDUBZ is taking a third, while PANsatYr is taking a fourth. At this point, already mined out the minerals at his main. Furious mining's gone on there, and nearly mined out the minerals at his main has VDUBZ. And we see for the first time VDUBZ leaving his base with any kind of army, rumbling across the map with these siege tanks, getting up into a pretty good defensive position here and starting to build Thors. So pretty much mech versus bio in this game. Lots and lots of mech from PANsatYr. Lots and lots of bio, lots and lots of mech from VDUBZ, I should say. Lots and lots of bio from PANsatYr. And upgrades, upgrade lead. PANsatYr has +1/+1. Getting +2 weapons, getting another engineering bay. VDUBZ has no upgrades, but has lots of big chunky Thors with crazy disco lights. And this is just really tense here. Siege tanks, huge bio army. Neither has vision of the other at the moment. Just sitting here, just waiting. And what does VDUBZ do? Same thing he's done at his main base. Build missile turrets. Turrets, turrets, turrets. What is this turret going to gain when it finishes construction? Vision. That's what's going to gain. I think those of you who've seen some Starcraft games before know what's going to happen here. Pan has picked up. Might be thinking about some drop action. Here it goes. Vision is there. Scan goes down. Shells start to rain on the Marines and death starts to happen. Now the drop comes in, but the missile turret is going to shoot down these. Oh no, the medvacs are dying. They're dropping. Their splash damage takes out that one tank, but all the medvacs die. All the Marines die. And that was pretty disastrous attempt at an attack from PANsatYr, and now Thors are coming up. They can take down these Vikings, they can take down these medvacs. The Marines are going to stim around, but there are so many siege tanks here, and all the Marines are going to die up on this hill. It's like something out of World War II, just Marines getting absolutely slaughtered on the beaches. But they will, however, take out VDUBZ third, so VDUBZ killed a lot of Marines there. You can see the resources lost tab. Very, very one-sided. So what's VDUBZ going to do? It's going to go back to his base. Back to turtling. Back to building more missile turrets. Missile turrets. Doing pretty well for him. Taking out some Vikings there. And let's speed up again a little bit here. Oh, there's a small engagement. Don't want to speed through too many engagements. That would be cheeky. But yeah, siege tanks blowing up Marines. That is the story of the first 25 minutes of this game. Pan builds a ton of Marines, VDUBZ builds a ton of siege tanks. They fight. Siege tanks win. Pretty much Starcraft 101. The VDUBZ is running at cash here. Nearly out of gas at the main already. Has no third. PANsatyrLedr, meanwhile, is mining all over the place. Has just a ton of cash up here. And look at all these upgrades. Ship weapons, ship plating, +2 armor, +3 weapons. What's VDUBZ doing? Building missile turrets. I don't know what this guy had. I don't know why this guy likes missile turrets so much, but just can't seem to get enough of the damn things. I guess if you've got money in StarCraft, you got to spend it somehow. If you can't spend it on units, you might as well spend it on missile turrets. But man, so many missile turrets. And now we see some actual hint of aggression from VDUBZ, perhaps. PANsatYr has plenty of missile turrets as well, it must be said. Neither player skimping on the missile turrets, but Pan mainly going in for hell of Marines after having his entire Marine force wiped out, bar one little group over there. It's up to 49 Marines again, scanning to try and take out some of those missile turrets up there. Now the Marines are going to stim in, and guess what's going to happen when they try and attack siege tanks? Oh, they're all gonna die. Oh no. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, the humanity. And these medvacs and Vikings taking quite a bit of damage as well. Just kiting back, kiting back. But look at what PANsatYr's doing. Getting these siege tanks up onto the high ground. VDUBZ is on siege and is moving forward to try and take a more aggressive position, but the moment these tanks up on the high ground siege up, it's gonna go so badly for him. Oh, the shells rain down from above, and the tanks of VDUBZ are wiped out. The Thors do manage to escape though. So slightly better trade for Pan at that time, still just losing so many Marines. VDUBZ has taken control of the middle of the map with plenty of missile turrets. Missile turrets, missile turrets, missile turrets, missile turrets, missile turrets. Still has 3 bunkers full of Marines at the top of this ramp here, and producing plenty of Thors. And finally re-expanding to this third here. Not mining terribly heavily. Never really went above sort of 30 SCVs in this game that I recall, did VDUBZ. Not really one to care about his economy too much. Pan, I think, forgot about this little group of Marines up here. They were just sitting there for a while. But here comes some Thors to try and wipe them out. There are some Vikings and some medvacs over here. Thors are going to deal with those pretty quickly. Small number of Marines splorch, explode, dead. Limbs flying everywhere. And those medvacs are going to fall out of the sky as well. One does escape, as well as 2 Vikings. Let's kick up the speed again a bit here, because not much happens. You can see at this point, Pan has decided, time to try something else. Let's try some cloaked Banshee play, shall we? And why not, after all? What's VDUBZ doing at his third base? Missile towers! Missile towers! Missile towers! Never can have enough. What's he doing in the middle of the map? Missile towers! Oh my god, I've never seen anyone who likes missile towers as much as VDUBZ does. It's pretty crazy. Speed up a bit more. Let those missile turrets build a bit faster. Look at him! Look at him! Just missile towers everywhere! He's mad for him. He can't get enough of those wonderful missile towers. And here we start to see Pan going, right, if you're going to turtle hard, I'm going to build battle cruisers. It's one thing that can punch through. And we see another situation. Marines trying to stim in here. The Vikings go down to all those missile towers, finally actually shooting something down. Siege tanks blowing up Marines. A constant theme in this game so far. Thors taking out everything in the air. Siege tanks taking out everything in the ground. And VDUBZ continues to just defend very solidly. Hasn't done anything aggressive, only just getting up to 4 bases. And barely mining over here. Only 32 SCVs at the moment. Oh look, here come all those cloaked Banshees. They'll be useful, surely. No, they won't. There's missile turrets everywhere. They die straight away. Those cloaked Banshees were just a total waste. There is, however, finally a battlecruiser out on the field. Battlecruiser takes on 8 Thors head on. This battlecruiser does not give a shit. It charges in there. It's taking out Thors. It's taking out siege tanks. It's just like, whatever, man. I don't care how many missile turrets you build. I'm just going to come here and I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to go pew 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 pew, and you are going to die. Marines come in. Another Thor goes down. 5 kills on this battlecruiser. Pretty impressive, given it was all on its own and had nothing in support. VDUBZ builds a weird wall of barracks here. Still really no mining to speak of going on at this second base. Third base even. Very little going on at that fourth. And at this point Pan's like, okay, the way I'm going to win this, battle cruisers. Many, many battle cruisers. Battle cruisers versus missile turrets. Who will win? You will find out pretty shortly in this game, let me tell you. Because that's pretty much all that gets produced for the rest of this game, is more battle cruisers, more missile turrets. Look at him! Look, he can't stop! I think he has a problem. I think whoever is close to VDUBZ in his family needs to stage an intervention and say, listen, missile turrets are alright, like they serve a purpose, they've got protection, that's fantastic. I mean, if you're going to build some missile turrets, at least get the sort of the range upgrade for them. I mean, do something. Come on, if you're going to invest this heavily in missile turrets, surely it's worth getting the range upgrade. Surely. Surely. Ah, it's just madness. Pan thinking about taking a 5th here, mined out pretty much everything, no minerals left here. 2 patches of minerals left here. Running out of minerals here. You know, those battlecruisers don't come cheap. Getting that Behemoth reactor, getting ship plating 3, getting ship weapons 3. All the weapons, all the upgrades for battlecruisers. and just waiting to max out on battle cruisers at this point. Let's speed up again till something happens. Watch all those missile turrets spin round and round and round. Whee! Whoop, whoop. Moving, moving. I don't think anything's actually happening. And neither player at this point has destroyed any structures in their opponent's base. 36 minutes in, it's all been missile turret on Thor, missile turret on the battlecruiser action so far. Now we finally see an engagement. 5 battlecruisers, more marines for Pan than there are for VDUBZ, and all of the marines for VDUBZ are going to die. The battlecruisers are going to come in, and these Thors are going to melt away. Yamato cannons are coming in and taking them out, and these Thors have to run. The battlecruisers chasing after them. But what's over here? A ton of missile turrets! And they are just going to start going to town on these battlecruisers. Thors plus missile turrets, both trying to take down these battlecruisers at once. They still just have so much health, it's pretty tough. The Thors are falling pretty rapidly, but so are the battlecruisers. Down to just 2 here now. A couple of Vikings just sitting here going, what's going on, guys? There's a lot of missile turrets around here. And there's one battlecruiser. Oh, can it be the last survivor? 23 health, but does make it away, at least for now. But the Thor is catching up, gets a couple shots off, but plus 3 armor. So this Thor isn't able to do much. This Thor has no upgrades and gets lasered to death. So VDUBZ there, you know, I've been making fun of him for making a ton of missile turrets, and I think he has made way too many missile turrets, but they did just win him that battle. Managed to lure those battle cruisers onto the missile turrets and blow them up. But at this point, Pan has 3 tech lab starports, has just so much cash. Not much gas though. Pan forgot to take the gas at this point in his on this base, and I don't think he ever takes it for the entire game. I might be mistaken. Maybe he does get it eventually. What's VDUBZ doing? When in doubt, missile turrets. I think it's the only thing he knows how to do. Just gets paralyzed and thinks, oh, I'm confused, I'm frightened, I think I might be losing. Build missile turrets! Just build them! Build them everywhere! Build them anywhere! It doesn't matter. Missile turrets. They're apparently just the answer to everything. Well, I guess, you know, if your opponent's going battlecruisers, what else are you going to do? Missile turrets, marines, Thors. That's what VDUBZ is into. Missile turrets. Honestly. Pan is transferring his SEVs up from his main because there's just nothing going on down here. Nothing going on over here. Oh, I guess there's still some gas here. Still 100 gas to be had. Ghost Academy coming down. Why not build every tech building you possibly can at this point in the game? You've got so much cash, you might as well. More missile turrets. Finally actually building a command center here, having had this position on lockdown with 30 missile turrets for half the game. VDUBZ finally decides it might be time to build a base there. Right, let's speed up. 4 times speed. Look at all these battlecruisers coming in over on the left. Oh, starting to move out there. They got scanned. There are some missile turrets here, but they don't have that range upgrade, so they can't do much. And at this point, Pan says, you know what? I'm fed up with your missile turrets. I'm going to take them down. Most of the battlecruisers come down here. One heads up here and is going to take out this base unopposed. Look at all those poor marines getting lasered to death. Siege tanks aren't going to do much against Yamato cannon powered blasts like that, just getting absolutely vaporized into chunks of plasma. And all these missile turrets are come to naught. One battlecruiser is going to go down, but most of them are just dying. Just dying. Over here, pew, 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 pew. Lasers, command center dies, SCPs die. And PANsatyrLedr is now firmly in the lead, having killed many of VDUBZ's precious missile turrets. Now seems like Thor production is the focus in an attempt to take out these battlecruisers. But more battlecruisers are being produced all the time over here. Still, this gas has not been taken, but gas up here has been taken. Got bases up here, bases over here. Pan is all over the map. VDUBZ is sitting in his corner of the map, building missile turrets. Look at this! Look how many missile turrets he's building at this point. 9 missile turrets in construction. Just missile turrets, missile turrets, missile turrets, missile turrets, missile turrets. Goddamn missile turret bonanza. This base is going to die before any real mining got done with it. I would just leave those missile turrets if I was Pan, but I think Pan is fed up with seeing missile turrets now. Going to take those out. Take out the siege tank as well. Siege tank is shooting at it's a bit of a mule repair party taking on down here. That's something you usually have to pay in strange Mexican cities to see, but Starcraft 2, get it for free. And now just repairing up these battle cruisers. We're going to speed up a little bit here. Repair, repair, fix, 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 healing, healing, healing. And no, you know, continued expansion for VDUBZ. He's just making Thors, making missile turrets. Oh, but what do we see here? Oh, an SCV coming up to the top of the map. What could be going on here? I'm not going to show you what happens there. I'm just going to tease and let you know that becomes significant later on in the game. He's not building missile turrets up there, I'll tell you that much. He does have Thors over here. Guess what else he's got? Missile turrets. God damn. So many missile turrets. Let's speed up again. Pan, desperate for gas at this point, is taking gases up here. Gases over here. Gases over here. Still hasn't taken his gas here. And is rolling out with the battle cruisers again. There's a lot of Thors here and a lot of missile turrets too. But 6 battle cruisers just have a huge damage output, especially since they all have +3/+3. These Thors have no upgrades at all. Battle cruisers win. Yamato cannon blasts going in and just vaporizing stuff. Some of the battle cruisers are going to fall because of all the fire from these missile turrets, but are gradually winning, pushing through, pushing through, pushing through. This turret at the top blows up. Now this useless barracks wall that I don't think has ever actually been used to use any Marines is going to be Yamato cannon out of existence. And what's VDUBZ doing over here? Missile turrets! Nothing but missile turrets. These battle cruisers are getting a bit low on health now. Some of them are starting to fall, and in fact, looks like PANsatyrLedr is going to pull out a little bit. Oh no, going back in. But look at all these missile turrets up here. Dropping some mules to try and fix stuff, and VDUBZ surely at this point has to know that this is getting close to game over here. Most of his precious missile turrets have been destroyed. One's up on the high ground here being taken down too. The mules are fixing up these battle cruisers. All of these barracks down here that made up this wall are being destroyed. Still plenty of missile turrets to deal with. VDUBZ just gonna fight until... Oh god, I wish he would stop. I wish he would stop making missile turrets. VDUBZ, please. Please, you're hurting me. Pan repairs up his battle cruisers, gets ready for that final push, producing a few more back home. But you know, it's a formality at this point. The game is basically over. A ton of Marines have been produced as well, because why not? Look at all these minerals, 20,000 minerals in the bank for PANsatyrLedr at the top. Let's check up on what's going on up here, shall we? 4 starports. That's interesting. But meanwhile, back in the action, missile turrets! Missile turrets getting blown up. I mean, VDUBZ must basically be crying, seeing all of his precious missile turrets destroyed at this point. He must be devastated to know that his strategy of building nothing but missile turrets for most of this match hasn't actually worked out terribly well. The SCV army goes in against the Marines and the battle cruisers. That's not going to go well. They all die. 52 workers killed by Pan at this point in the match. VDUBZ is down to just 11 SCVs, 3 Thors and 12 Marines, but good news is he's still got a mess load of missile turrets. And now Pan knows that there's only a short time remaining before he's going to be able to push in and completely wipe out his opponent. There's a couple more battle cruisers back here, 4 more in fact, 2 more training, bunch of Marines. There are still, these 3 barracks were made right at the start of the game and filled with Marines, and they have sat there full of Marines the whole time, have not actually done much fighting at this point. These Marines venting some anger on a refinery. This gas, still not taken. And now we see some siege tanks and some Marines that were left at home for defense coming across the map. And Pan is getting ready to deal that killing blow. Let's speed up to the point where he decides to do it. Here he goes. Siege tanks firing up onto the high ground. Thors firing down from the high ground. Marines milling around in a group over behind the 2 Vespene geysers. Now the battle cruisers come in. Battle cruisers versus missile turrets. The defining battle of our age, surely. Those bunkers full of Marines that have been sitting there for so long die horribly. And now the Marines from down below can stim in, come up the ramp, and there is nothing to stand in their way. Missile turrets, obviously, completely hopeless against Marines. Missile turrets pretty hopeless against, you know, mass battle cruiser. Most things are hopeless against mass battle cruiser. You let your opponent get up to this many battle cruisers, you're gonna struggle. Especially if they've got +3/+3. And look, VDUBZ got GG. He's probably about to leave the game, right? That's what happens when you GG. You leave the game. Right? Right? You leave the game. You know. That's what GG means. GG means I give in. It means a good game. You've played well. You played so well, you beat me. So I'm gonna leave now. That's how we do things in Starcraft, right? So VDUBZ thinks, well, maybe this guy's gonna make me blow up his base. I'll come up here. I'll blow up his base. Why not? Why not? Why not? VDUBZ still isn't leaving. In fact, let's go check what's going on over here. What is going on over here? Vikings. What's going on over here? Mad Viking production. SCVs have been rebuilt. Mining is taking place. Vikings are being churned out. What is VDUBZ up to? Pan at this point, probably pretty confused. I mean, why would you GG and not leave the game? What sort of a monster would do such a thing? You know, maybe VDUBZ is a masochist. Maybe he just wants... Maybe he likes to be hurt. Maybe he feels, I played badly, I deserve to sit here and watch my base get destroyed. Which is what's happened. All his missile turrets, his precious missile turrets that he spent so long building, being destroyed by this huge force of Marines and battle cruisers. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? I have to say, this disgusts me. This is maybe the worst piece of BM that I have ever seen in a Starcraft 2 match. You're beaten, you know you're beaten, you say GG, and instead of leaving the game, you secretly construct a force of Vikings and then start trying to take out your opponent's bases. What a maniac. I mean, he's supply blocked at this point, so he can't build any more. Still mining away though, because why not? Takes out one group of SCVs in top left, and now comes down and takes out another one, and this is just, you know, senseless brutality. This is the equivalent, you know, of firing nuclear missiles at your enemy's country after having already been wiped out yourself. There's nothing that you're achieving except pure bloody revenge. No more deaths need to happen here. Think of all the missile turrets that have already died. Isn't that tragedy enough? Do we really need to see the senseless slaughter of SCVs at the hands of Vikings? And there are a few things more undignified than a landed Viking anyway, really. Fortunately, this planetary fortress here is going to pepper away at these Vikings, reduce their numbers, and Pan just must be... Well, I would be angry if I was Pan in this position, having made a, you know, shitload of battlecruisers, defeated my opponent, only to have him be an asshole and start flying around murdering my workers with Vikings. But here go all the Vikings. They're all dead. VDUBZ unsupply blocked. Throwing down missile turrets! Is nearly an hour into the game in Starcraft time, and he started this game building missile turrets, and he's gonna go out of this game building missile turrets, despite already giving the GG, despite his entire main natural third, everything being wiped out. Pan has just gone on a terrorist mission, killed innocent civilian SCVs by the hundreds. VDUBZ even has done this, and now rebuilt a base with nothing but starports, and is just churning out Vikings and missile turrets. Missile turrets! Just, missile turrets. This game is making me hate missile turrets. In the first time I recorded this, I actually stopped recording when the GG was given, because I thought this game was over, and then was gobsmacked of what I saw. Disgusted. PANsatyrLedr at this, you know, timing push here, getting cloak and ghosts at the 58-minute mark. Famous tactic. But has figured out where his opponent is. These medvacs are going to be sent in sacrificially and they're going to die, but these marines are going to be unopposed. Well, the Vikings are going to land again. Ugly and disgusting as it is. And finally, VDUBZ is going to be put out of his misery. No number of missile turrets can save him now. The battle cruisers are in. The Marines are in, the starports die, and finally VDUBZ does the dignified thing and takes his own life. What a strange, strange game.